Greetings and welcome to a very special moment on the annual sports calendar. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by EA Sports. Inside the Tiburon Theater, I'm Chris Fowler. So proud to bring you Heisman Trophy night every year. So many memories come out of this night. Each of these guys have hung out together, got to know each other better, but ultimately, the night's going to belong to one guy. One name will be read here, and one man will have that life-changing moment and forever be known as a Heisman Trophy winner. These are nervous times for these guys. The announcement just moments away. They've gotten to New York City, not by focusing on it, but once you're here, man, they want to win it. And every past winner has told me this is really a nervous time for them. They're this close to the trophy, but will they get a chance to lift it? It's an honor, of course, to be a finalist. All these guys have enjoyed their experience, but ultimately, the night belongs to one man. And we're about to find out who's going to be
next.
This is a college football playoff semifinal at the Peach Bowl. It's the Florida State Seminoles against the Louisville Cardinals. EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler along with Joel Klatt. Tremendous build-up for the semifinal game. Holly Rowe joins us from the sidelines with some of the key storylines. Holly?
Guys, Louisville's head coach told me before the game, this team is expected to be here. That's the hardest thing about coming into the game here today and this kickoff. These are the big dogs. Everybody thought they would be competing for a national championship, but they barely squeaked by in a win last week. They are going to have to be better, eliminate some of their mistakes, and showcase why people thought they would be in the conversation for national champion and play a little bit stronger and better today. It all starts with this opening series and better execution for this team. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Holly. Good stuff. Good work by the blockers in that return team. He found the lane, and so this drive is going to begin with good field position. The Cardinals offense comes onto the field for the first time today. In these postseason games on the big stage, obviously turnover is a huge key. How does this offense operate? Joel, how aggressive can they be knowing they're facing a defense that takes the ball away so well?
Chris, it comes down to timing and spacing. As a quarterback, you've got to understand that the ball needs to leave your hand on time, and as a wide receiver, you've got to create the correct picture. Because you have to understand, anytime that ball is tipped, or if you overthrow it as a quarterback, it's going the other direction.
Offense comes up on first down in 13 personnel. This can create some problems for a defense. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Well, these run plays don't look like much, but I'm telling you they are vital to keep them on schedule, create those short yardage 2nd and 3rd down opportunities.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Oh, that's a really good job by the defense. Being gap sound, there's nowhere to go for this running back because of the fundamental football being played on the opposite side. This defense is where they need to be, and then they're making the tackle. Really good job defensively.
But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down.
That's a great stop for this defense. That's a manageable 3rd down situation. You feel like you still have to defend against the run and the pass, and yet they're able to get the incompletion. That's a great job and an opportunity to get off the field here.
Finds his man. It's Gillespie. He'll be ruled down there, but a 4th down conversion with plenty to spare.
Well, this guy is such a key to what they do offensively. It's why he had such a monster year. Over 1,000 yards on the outside as a receiver. He has been so good for them, and one of the things that they're going to have to do is find opportunities to attack the defense with him early in this game and often in this game.
Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Bring him down short of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal from the 2. Fresh set of downs, 1st and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Louisville, as they claim the lead here in this playoff game.
We can't start any better than that as an offense. You get that ball and you go right down the field for a score. You know, a lot of times these offensive coordinators create scripts the first 10 or 15 plays. They map them out during the week. Well, this one was mapped out perfectly.
Return starts from inside the 5. So Florida State's offense out there for their first possession. This offense comes in with a lot of confidence, one of the highest scoring teams in the regular season. But now, on a bigger stage, Joel, a real premium on execution. What is this defense going to do to slow them down?
Chris, they're going to have to change up the look. If you sit there and don't disguise the coverage, this guy will just pick you apart. He's done it all year long. Their run game is solid. They are so good offensively. You got to change up the looks. You got to be aggressive. And ultimately, you got to be lucky. The ball has to find your hands at least once, maybe twice today. You know, Chris, one of the things we don't talk about enough in quarterback play is the decision-making in the run game. And here in the RPO, he makes a great read. He's not throwing the football. It doesn't go on his stat sheet, but he hands the football off on a beautiful read, and it's a nice, productive game for this offense.
Breaks into the clear. Breaking free. End zone ahead. At the 30 now. Finally brought down after an explosive play for this offense. Big game. The Noles will crank up the tempo. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Catch made on the out route. You tackle the receiver, but the gain enough to move the ball inside the 10.
Yeah, I love the timing here of this out route. Chris, this ball has got to be thrown before the wide receiver breaks. The quarterback understands that, and that's what he sees. It's also imperative that he knows that he's got off coverage from that corner. That corner,
touchdown, Knowles, as they fight back here in this playoff game. Very satisfying drive, and perhaps a relief to finally get into the end zone to match the score from the other side in this playoff game.
Chris, it can certainly present some nervy moments when you go down in a big game and be able to answer and match this score. This is a huge moment for this offense and this team, and now they can play with a bit more freedom, in particular on the defensive side, maybe get a little bit more aggressive. I think trying to create a turnover or a short field for their offense on the ensuing possession is going to be a big moment.
They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Handoff from the shotgun. That gain moves the ball out near the 25.
This defense is going to have to answer for what's going on with this offensive line in this run game. You cannot sit there and give up 5 and 6 yards on these run plays. You're going to have to commit more resources. Expect the safety to get up near the line of scrimmage.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. They scoop up the ball. It's on a live play.
Boy, what a terrible feeling as a quarterback. Trust me, that ball gets ripped out of your hands, and lucky for him, it bounces right to a teammate, and they're able to retain possession here.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking to scramble. Looks like he's going to run it. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
It's a pretty solid job by the quarterback here. At least now the head coach is going to have to make a decision. It's 3rd and forever, and he's able to scramble and at least get themselves in the vicinity where they could potentially go for them.
Sorry to interrupt, Joel, but this offense is going to go for it here on 4th down. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. He'll be ruled down, but has enough for a 1st down with plenty to spare.
As an offensive coordinator, I would have this play in my game plan as many different ways as I possibly could. Drag the tight end across the formation. It's the easiest completion for a quarterback in football.
Here's the 2nd down play. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Running out of time in the pocket. Makes the grab. It's Cunningham. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Grab down the middle. It's Williams. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45. 1st down here for this offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this 1st quarter run out. So at the end of 1, we are dead even as these teams continue their pursuit of a national championship. Let's take a quick look at the game summary so far. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Trying to find some room. It's Lawrence. And he picks up the 1st down before they get him to the ground.
I just love these playoff environments. It's the first half. You get a 1st down on a run play, and it feels big. Anytime you move the chains, you can stay on the field offensively. You're trying to build momentum, get the ball down for a score.
Here comes a handoff. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he's hit just before the throw. Wide open downfield. They finally stop him, but that gain is is good for a first and goal. The offense sets up in scoring position with a new set of downs. Keep it on the ground on first and goal. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. See if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Touchdown, Cardinals. This offense really clicking.
What a job by the big fellas up front. To be able to run the football in this field position, you've got to have an offensive line that can just overpower the defensive line. That's a beautiful feeling as a quarterback, as a running back, and as a play caller. You've got 5 guys up front that are just winning.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They punch it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
I think the mark of a great defense is not just a defense that can get off the field and create stops, but it's also a defense that builds into those stops. For me, it's negative yardage plays. When you can go out there and create a loss, a tackle for loss, now you're really doing something. They're able to do that right here.
Not much on that play. Brought down short.
Chris, this is a great example of how to defend the RPO from a defensive perspective. Number 1, your secondary player has to stay home and defend the pass. Then
they pressure him and get him. The loss back to the 7-yard line.
Well, it's tough for a quarterback on 3rd and long, but they just don't get the protection right here. There's nobody open. The offense is not executing at a high level. They need to get routes right at the stick so the quarterback can get the ball out of his hands.
Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. That's a bullet, but it's incomplete.
Just not quite on the same page. There are some days you get to the park and it's just not working, and this is just an incompletion that I can't explain.
Second down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Yeah, Chris, I like this play right here because after a 2nd and 10, what you want is just a manageable 3rd down. I've always thought, like, hey, get half of this back, create a 3rd down that's more manageable for the play caller and for the quarterback, and that's exactly what
the pass rush gets home.
Chris, this defensive coordinator is really dialing it up. I love this play call. It's 3rd and short, and yet he's aggressive. He rolls the dice, and he blitzes this quarterback, and they get home, they get the sack. This is a great stop for this defense.
This one falls incomplete on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs. So the choice to go for it doesn't pan out this time. He hands it to the back. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Now this defense is in a perfect situation. You're creating an obvious passing situation for the offense, and you can get these pass rushers going. Get them out on the edge, let them get after the quarterback, and create havoc in the backfield.
Here comes the rush. Swarmed by the pass rush, a sack. So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick throw, testing the middle. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. That big gain gets the first, and that'll be the last play before our 2-minute timeout. And the Seminoles have 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. He goes out of bounds, but he's inside the 30.
Chris, that That's exactly where they wanted to go with this ball. You can tell by this play fake. You get some play-action pass, and there is conflict on the defense and more specifically on the defenders responsible for the tight end. He's your primary target, and they're able to get the ball to him for a nice big gain. Beautiful play call, great execution by the quarterback, tight end, running back, everybody involved.
A positive start to the offense, trying to lean on this elite quarterback, and Joe showing why he's built such trust with his new team this season.
Chris, that's exactly what his teammates talked about, was that trust that he established. He came in and just worked hard, was one of the guys, and that's what allowed him to become one of the leaders of this group. And now, as an
intercepted in the end zone. He could go, and he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. Out past the 30, past the 10. Touchdown, Louisville. 6 points for the defense. Playoff game. What a moment. They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return begins inside the 10. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Here comes the Florida State offense on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. They start with an RPO. Quick pass to the right. And he will be stuffed for no gain. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. Offense looking to throw the ball. On the run, he'll let it go. Oh, he makes the catch. And the second effort there will earn him the first down. And now taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They have 2 more to work with before halftime.
That's a good find by this quarterback to move the chains and create another first down. And now you got to keep this momentum going. Take this ball and try to move it all the way down the field and put it in the end zone.
Fires it to the wideout. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. And FSU will now spend their second timeout now. They still have 1 more in their pocket for the rest of the half. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Here's a quick screen to the receiver. He's got room to run. Look out. Touchdown, Seminoles. Still no answer for this offense. Well, that's exactly what they were looking for, this offense. We talked about the importance of scoring before halftime, and now Joe getting the ball to begin the next half, a real chance to build momentum.
Chris, the opportunity to double up. It's so big in these games. This is exactly why you defer if you win the coin toss, so you can have this chance, and it's icing on the cake if you can get the late second quarter score. Now you can go in at halftime, make the adjustments, and come out with your best stuff in the early third quarter drive.
Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Cardinals offense is back out on the field now. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. Looking to throw it on first down. And the pressure's on. There's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. The offense has it and still going. This pass rush has been a problem. Another sack sets up second and long. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And the pass is broken up beautifully to prevent that big play. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Makes a quick grab. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. And now Florida State calls their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got remaining here in the first half. 4th down and 2 in their own territory. Coach shows no hesitation. The offense is on the field. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. With the catch, it's Lewaski. Goes out of bounds after a solid gain, close to the 45.
What an outstanding effort by this wide receiver. Again, good ball placement. It allows for yards after the catch, there's no doubt. But then it's about the effort, the athleticism, and the want-to of that player on the outside. He does a great job once that ball is in his hands.
And he hauls it in, down inside the 30. He goes out of bounds. They move the ball to the 20. So on first down, the field goal unit will come out there trying to get 3 points before the half. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And the returner steps out at the 20. That's where the offense will take over. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. Set to get the third quarter going, but let's find out what Holly Rowe has learned on the sidelines. Holly?
Guys, I talked to Coach Shane Beamer at halftime. He delivered a passionate message in the locker room about ball security. He said, we have performed well at times. Our quarterback has been good, but too many turnovers. I want him right on that line of taking risks, delivering the ball downfield, but not putting it in jeopardy. That is their focal point to start the third quarter. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Holly. We'll keep an eye on that. The 8-yard completion makes it 2nd and 2. The opportunity for the play caller. He's got a crease. And the play is good enough for a first down. They'll move the ball to the 44. And the Noles will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. With a first down on the ground, that's been something that's been hard to come by for this offense here. There's still time, though, to get the running game. He's got some space. Look out.
Keeping the defense honest with the run game, always important. Plus, this offense is staying on schedule.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Defense looking to dial up some pressure here. That's a solid gain there. He keeps it and picks up the first down himself. The Seminoles are on the move here.
Well, that was a really good decision in the middle of that run. He's got the pitch option on the outside, but he sees the pitch man from the defense out there taking away the running back. So he's able to cut the ball upfield, and he knows exactly how much he needs for the first down, and he's able to move the chains.
The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 from the 40. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The pickup is just 3 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Urgency now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Catch is made down the middle. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Wow, what a clutch conversion on 3rd down there. You're trailing in the playoff here in the second half of the game. You've got to keep your offense on the field, and they're able to execute and move the chains. That's a good job for a first down.
There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Touchdown, Florida State. Still no answer for the passing game.
Chris, this is the matchup that is so difficult to stop. When you're in the red zone, you get a tight end that can go down the field and force a mismatch. That is a beautiful place to throw the ball as a quarterback. He finds his guy, and it's a touchdown.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Returner choosing to field this one. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Cardinals offense back on the field. They'll run it here. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
I've always been a big believer that you build defenses front to back and inside out. There is nowhere to go in the middle of this field right now. They're doing a great job of not allowing that offensive line to gain traction at the line of scrimmage. It's a beautiful stop right there. Really nowhere to go in the middle.
Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. They continue to lean in the running back. He's had a solid game. And when you're ahead on the scoreboard, Joe, you'll love to be able to just turn and hand the ball off to a guy like this.
Well, Chris, this is certainly their DNA as a program. You're going to try to ride those body blows that you had early in this game to more sustained success later in the game. Look for them to continue to lean into this run game. And as we've seen in previous weeks, that's when they really start chewing up the yardage.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for the wideout. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball.
This group is just not on the same page right now. The timing, something about this offense seems off, and clearly the quarterback is feeling that.
Quick throw to his receiver. With the catch, it's Cunningham. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Pressure is coming. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Finally, they're able to disrupt this passing game. This quarterback has been in rhythm. This offense has had a really good series. And you've got to do something. You've got to change up the look, change up the launch point, and they're able to get pressure on the quarterback and finally get him down to the ground. And now, at least you've got a better chance to try to get off the field.
The defense backed up against their own end zone. Well, they make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 6.
Man, this is tough sledding down here when you get into these goal-to-go situations. Continuing to try to run the football, it is about movement and leverage. This offensive line has got to get low. They got to keep those legs moving, and these running backs, I tell you what, get behind your pads and get physical.
That play sets up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now. Snags the quick throw. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. They keep the kicker on the sidelines. It's worked out from the 4. You're going for it. Single back takes the handoff. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge 4th down stop. Defense makes the stop. That'll be a turnover on downs. Right, so it's 1st and 10, back inside the 5-yard line. We're going to see how much this play caller trusts his quarterback. How aggressive will he be from this spot? That's reeled in. It's Lindsey. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Five-yard pickup on 1st down sets him up at 2nd and 5. A lot of play calling options here. Looking for a receiver. Caught in the backfield. It's Lindsey. They've got him, but that completion good enough for 1st down yardage. So a nice throw by the quarterback. He's had a productive day. He hasn't been perfect. Joe, can you make a play here to put his team on top?
Well, Chris, I think you put it perfectly there because, again, it's about the short memory. You erase those mistakes made previously in this game, and you think about the execution moving forward, the plays that you could make, the details of what you need to do from this point moving forward. If you're able to do that with that short memory, then you can go have success and come back in this game.
They'll give it to the back. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the play. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And the defense finally will get him down, and that sack will end the 3rd period. Louisville has the lead here, sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the 3rd quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats where we have a chance. All right, here comes the fourth quarter. Everything to play for here. Who is going to stay? Survive and advance in the college football playoff. The Noles bring their punt team onto the field. They're going to kick it away for the second time. And the ball is away from his own end zone. He'll field it close to midfield. Good coverage there. Zero gain on the return. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. Last time out there, they got stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost him anything. Let's see what the mindset is here. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
Well, the key to third down success is being good on first down. And here the defense does a great job on first down of bowing up and stopping the run. And that's the key to this thing. If you can create long yardage situations, now they have to throw the football, and that pass rush can start getting after it.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
I know it doesn't look like much, but I really like that play. Chris, first of all, you're getting yourself in a more manageable third down situation, and the entire point of this thing is to move the chains. So creating this situation is not bad for the offense. That's really solid defense, being gap sound here in their defensive front seven. And they're doing a great job against this run game. They knew that that was going to be a point of emphasis here today. They wanted to stop the run first, and they're doing that.
That's reeled in. It's Nowakowski. He'll be ruled down there, but a fourth down conversion with plenty to spare.
Chris, that was their chance right there. This defense had it in their hands. A fourth down, a chance to get off the field, get the ball back for their offense, and they're unable.
And it's intercepted, a crushing play. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense. Florida State offense is back onto the field. They bring him down after a short gain there. Important second down play coming up. Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. Excellent catch and run by the sophomore. And the Seminoles come to the line in a hurry up. The quarterback features the wide receivers with one of the few bright spots for this offense today. Joe, can he make a play to make up this deficit?
Well, I think he might have to, Chris, because as you suggested, there just isn't much going right for this offense at this point, other than the matchup you've got on the outside. He's creating space. He's been reliable with his hands. That's where you can move the football. You might as well sit right there because that's what's working.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? QB bootlegs here. Bringing pressure. And he'll just throw it away to avoid the sack.
Well, he's got to put that one behind him and now move forward for this third down. This is really the most important snap thus far of the game. And as a quarterback, you've got to go out there and really execute. So remember, it's about feet, it's about timing, it's about accuracy. Put all those three together.
Coming after him. Looking deep on the scramble. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on. And the Noles will bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. And they'll kick it away here. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. 2-minute clock with the running game. No way to run up the middle. Timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They still have 2 more to work with here in the final quarter.
has always been a pet peeve of mine from a quarterback perspective is these nondescript run plays against what is clearly a run-oriented defense. You've got to have the opportunity to throw play action, create some sort of little RPO, give the decision to the quarterback and not just calling this on the sideline.
And FSU will now spend their second timeout now. We've got one more timeout to use now. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. Fires it to the wideout. He makes the grab. And now Florida State calls their third and final timeout. They'll have to navigate the rest of the way without being able to use a timeout.
Chris, that was the defense's chance to get off the field. It's third down, you're trailing, have to get the ball back, and they give up a conversion. That is a back-breaking play for this defense.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun.
Stopping the run is about being sound fundamentally and schematically. You got to be where you're supposed to be in your gap, but then you got to fight. And this defense is fighting off blocks, making tackles. They're doing a really nice job.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. Solid gain on the play there. Wiped out by the penalty flag. The spot in the national championship game comes down to the final 2 minutes. Can the offense keep the football and bleed out the clock? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Playoff game on the line here. The offense, they keep away and secure the victory. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. They bring the punter onto the field now. And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And here's the return. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. You can see he's a dangerous return man. They finally grab him, but he sets the offense up in pretty good field position. And now is the time for this Florida State offense to step up here late in this tight game. Down by a field goal, a spot in the national championship game on the line, and they produce right now. Pass not complete. All right, serious drama here. The semifinal game comes down to the final couple minutes. Can the offense make a play here? This time it's complete. They stop him, but not before he reaches the 35. This offense really threatening now. Comes down to this in this playoff game. Fourth quarter, final 2 minutes. Can the offense step up, make a play? On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Lopez. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. They'll have to hurry now. Second down with the clock ticking. Quarterback drops back. The pass rush closing in. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They bring him down at the 18. The offense set up in the red zone for the first down. The Seminoles come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. First down, looking to throw the ball. Just flings it out of bounds with the pass rush closing in. A tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Throwing again on second and 10. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He could not hang on for a touchdown. My goodness. So here it is, a pressure moment. The field goal team on the field, a lot riding on this kick. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And that will tie the game here in the final minute of play.
This is the difficult part about being a kicker. Chris, he hasn't attempted a kick all day long. And now in the fourth quarter, Cole, he's got to roll out there and tie the game. And he drills it. Cold as ice. That's what I'm talking about.
And the Cardinals' offense is back out on the field now. How will they play this? They've got some work to do to get into field goal range, but how aggressive will this play calling be? First down. Looking to throw the football. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Lets it go quickly. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
This is one of the advantages of playing zone defense is that the eyes of the defender are all over the quarterback. So even though it looks like a completion, he's able to break on the football, create contact to knock it loose.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Using his legs, it's Lawrence. Gets past the 35. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll ride the back again here. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. So first and 10, our first play of overtime. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He's running out of time here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
A play like that can be so frustrating for a defense because, Chris, it's such a good play by the quarterback. He's able to get what he can get, create a more manageable down and distance, and he gets down and avoids the big hit. As a defense, you would at least love to get a big hit on them outside of the pocket, but they're unable to do so. It's something I love about this defense is their discipline. Look at them stay in their rush lanes, get a nice stop.
So here comes a crucial third and short. This offense does not want to have to settle for a field goal attempt here in overtime. Jukes to get free. They bring him down at the 11, but it'll be first down from there.
Yeah, Chris, this is exactly what this coaching staff said they wanted to do was establish the run game, and they've been able to do that. Gains of 5, gains of 6, time and time again. They're doing a great job up front, there's no doubt, and now the entire playbook is going to be at their disposal.
Makes the catch. Can he get in? Run down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. From the gun, he looks for an open man. It's a touchdown as they jump on top here in overtime. And now the extra point to make this a 7-point game in overtime. This has become a really entertaining playoff game. Both offenses back and forth answering each other. Now, Joe, which side can execute better here in the second half to come out with a W?
Well, Chris, you call the biggest tennis tournaments in the world. This is one of those great volleys. Back and forth we go. These offenses trading big old forehands from the baseline. And I got to tell you, it just feels like this is going to be an instant classic.
So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. On first and 10, looking to throw. That's caught. It's Nowinski. They tackle him at the 3, but that's a great gain on the pitch and catch. So now it's first and goal. They have to punch it in here to keep this game going. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. zone for a touchdown. And now a decision. You kick the PAT or go for two and the win.
Chris, there's only one objective when you run onto the field as an offense and you've got great field position like they had, and that's to stick it in the end zone, and they're able to do that. Capitalizing on those opportunities, that's what good teams do.
And he's in there. They gamble and get it to win the game.